type this command npm create t3 at @latest. Choose TypeScript, but first give the name, let's say YT clone. We need tailwind, no depot. Yes, install the libraries, give @, wait for some time. Open the page of the code, open the code. Install these two, React Player and DaisyUI. Come to the DaisyUI, export the plugin here, save, start the app, npm run dev. Open this in the new tab, close the file of Tailwind, come to source, pages, index, then remove the contents inside the main. We will have this blue colored page. We need to change this from this gradient. So simply go to colors and fonts, choose a gradient system. Let's say this one, paste it one of them here, second one of these or them or it in here, save it. This will be now in red. Close this one and refresh. So we have a red background. We can make this a little bit different, like making in this black colored page. So do this, save now, check it, it is black, looking good. So close colors and fonts for now. Come to this this one, the YouTube API documentation on the Rapid API. Here we are having the endpoints, method, params, and so on. So we have to first get the videos. For example, we can have search bar and suggested videos. So suggested videos are just having a ID which is related to video ID. So for example, if we run this, we will have the ID of this one. So now come to T3 app. Let me build a search bar from DaisyUI. So come to search, or first create a folder called components. In the folder, make a file or a folder called, I can say, search or search input. In the search input, make two files, one for TypeScript TSX and other for CSS. In the TSX, make it a functional component and name it as search input. Import the CSS in here, but this will be a module, not a simple CSS. So make this as search input dot module dot CSS. Now come over here and do import styles from this route. Now in here, add a class name. We can say YT main, or not YT main, we can say search. Copy search class, come here, give it a class name, make styles dot search, save them both. Now let me have a search bar from here. So just come to components, search here, search input, or just input, text input. Come over or come down. You can choose any of the search inputs here. So let me choose this one with the border. Copy the JSX, put it inside this div, save it, come over here, import this into pages in the main home page. So we can say import search input, return it in the main tag to be reflected in the UI, save it, it is here. We also need to come to the styles global.css, remove the utilities. So it becomes margin 0 and padding 0. Regardless, we need this in the center. So come to the home page. Here we are having link, remove it, we don't need it. Make one for, we can say import. Let me create a styles first in the styles folder. This will be home.module.css. Import this in here, import styles from, let me add @styles home.module.css. Give this in here, or what we can do is remove this kind of things, flex and so on. Just remove the gradient, save it. Now what we have to do, make this as tablet literals, wrap them in a curly braces. Now just add them at the last here, while giving the, we can say this styles dot, let's say in the home we can make styles dot main, and in the main we can simply do display of flex justify content center. Save this. We can say styles.main. Save this. Now make margin top 30px. It is here. Let me now just have a state. So const search input set search input equals to use state. We can say an empty string when the function, when this search input, let me pass it here, or just do on change equals to on change, or not on change, just do this. This will receive an event, and in the search input we can set it like this: set search input event dot target dot value. Now come to search input, destructure it from the props, make an on change event in here, put set search input in here, or maybe we need to use an on change key here because that's the name of the props. So yes, do this. Now we have to add some types. So make a folder called interface in the source folder, make one for index or only one. Now in the index, make search input in here, or type, not type, interface search input. In the search input we need this on change as prop, so add it, make it an void statement or function. Now put the search input prop in here. So no errors now. In the pages we are having this event, so just make this as an object. What about this one? It is okay, we have passing a event. So the thing is, we need to make this as an event react dot input, or not input, form event. Wrap the event to target in a square or simple bracket, then just do as HTML input element, save it will work. Now we have I removed the input event from here because that's we don't need that. Now we can just come to the home page called index.tsx, do a console log of this search input, and we will get it here if we type anything. So we can try this, type this, it is coming in here. Refresh the page. Now what we can do is come to the documentation of YouTube API here. So we can just have a search bar that we had, and I'm in the search YouTube API. We can also have details of video and channel videos. So we can just have suggested videos first. We can pass any ID as this. So it is having the video ID which is required. So first let me set up the API. So open or create first a folder called API. In this, make a file called, we can say get suggested .tsx, not tsx, tsx. Now let me just copy, or just first switch this to fetch API in JavaScript. So we need the URL that is here. We also need try and catch. So make a function here called export const get suggested videos. Now just copy this try as block, just add them in here, which is having a sync function. So make it as sync. So we need the URL. So let's get it from the params. We have to add a string because it is a string. We also have the option, which is basically the API response. So we can just add it outside in here, which is the method is get. We have API keys in here and the host. So to create or to just have this, go to this Rapid API, search for YouTube v3 by YTD free, and just subscribe to this. Click it here and you will subscribe. Then we can test endpoint and get this kind of stuff. So yes, we have this. So basically in this API key we have, okay, so we have also the URL. So if I just come copy this URL, paste it inside this, or let me paste it here. So we are having this search with the related video ID, and the ID is this. So why don't I just copy this API endpoint and just have the URL, or just copy this URL in here. So paste it. Now we don't need the URL from params, so remove it. Also remove this. What we need is, let me copy this entire endpoint called the base URL. So make a file here called base URL.tsx. Export const base URL equals to this. Let me have the base URL in this get suggested. So just need to import it. Import base URL from this file. Then make this as a string literal or template literal. At the start, replace the base URL with this. Add a dollar to make it a bad variable. We have search, fine. We have related to video ID. Let me just rename this to a dollar, and we can get the video ID from the param now. So we can say video ID, or we can just make it a static variable as well. You can like change it whenever you want. We have the part as ID, type as videos, and the rest of the things will be fine. Then it will just add the response in the console if I run the function. So if I copy get suggested videos, come to the pages folder, let me make a use effect hook in here, or we can also make a custom hook. So make folder called hooks. In the hooks we can just add a file called get or fetch suggested.tsx. Make this a functional component. Let me import this file called get suggested videos. Import get suggested videos. We don't need to return anything for now, so remove the return statement. Now we need a use effect hook in here, so just add. We need to run the use effect and call the function, so just do it. So as I said that this will return nothing for now because we are having it in the console. So basically just return it. Return result. Return result. Save. Now we are calling this in here. As I said that it will return a result, so we can get it in here. Let result equals to this. Now let me import the state hook also, which is called the use state hook. Make a state here called videos. Set videos equals to use state in array. Set the videos like this in here using result keyword. I mean result variable. The thing is, it can be undefined, so we can just, what can we do here? Make this an empty array. Just move this in a function outside this scope. So we can say const get videos, place it inside. To fix it, we can just do as unknown in the use state hook, a common fix. Now we can just call or return this videos in here. Now come to, we don't need React, remove it as I import. Come to pages, import the fetch suggested. Okay, the function name is, the hook name is fetch suggested. So import fetch suggested. Then we can just have fetch suggested, and from here we can return this thing, which is simply the return videos. So we can do videos equals to this. Do a console log of these videos after the fetch suggested call. Come to the React app, open the inspect, open console. It is a promise which is not fulfilled. So I guess this should be a function async as well. Make this as a wait. Save it. Now we're reading. If I refresh, we're reading all this data which is in JSON. So if I come here, I don't think we need to turn this into text. So just return it as an object. Refresh it once more. Now we're reading the object. Okay. We can also do .json in here. Let's see what happens. Yes, now we're reading all the items in here. 50 items, because we are having 50 items in the get suggested. That's fine. Now we can also just show this videos.items. We also have a error here. The type is of unknown. So we can say, one sec, just map through the videos dot, what is it? Items. We will see an error here. We can also do set videos.items in here. Now we can just have videos. So videos will be a simple array. So if I just comment it out, give it a refresh, we will see the items. So we can just do videos dot map single video. We can return a div tag first. In the div tag, we can return a p tag with the title of the video. So we can just say video dot do a snippet here. We are having a snippet inside an object like this. So snippets dot, I can say, we can say channel title, channel ID, title. Basically, this is a music video. So if I just come over here and see, we are having all the titles in here. So we make this a div of, div as the class name of video. One second. Styles dot video grid. If I hover this, the issue is title is not on the type of string. So if I come to this snippet, it is an object here and it contains a title which is a string. So make it like that. Now the video grid should be in the global or home.module.css. So video grid, let's make display of grid. We can say grid template columns, repeat 4 auto. We are now having nothing here because I am doing it wrong. Okay, I just need to save this as well. And they should be outside. Like we can make a div in here as well with the class name of this. Now this div will be outside the videos.map. Save. And now we are having 1 in 1 or 4 in 1 row. The thing is, we are having this main of styles.main. So if I come to home module.css, we are having this. So make flex direction as column. Then make align items as center. We are having this as fine. So make a margin top 30px. Let me make them as a card. So we can say border 1px solid, let's say gray, or not gray entirely, a little bit lighter. Say this one. Okay, this will cover entire thing. So I guess this would not be in here. Come back to pages, add a class name in here that will be styles dot inner grid or inner. Just make it as inner. Come to home module, add the style, add the border inside, remove the comments, save. We are having this, which is ugly for now. So what we have to do, add a gap 20px in here, not in there. Now we have gap of 20. Let's say justify content center, line items center as well. The thing is it will not work, I don't know why, so just leave it. So in here make text align as center. Then if I am having it, we can make align items as center as well in here. Make height as 40px or 140. About this, no, the thing is video grid, they should be in here to make the height as 140. Now we can use align items in here, but if we are using this, we need display flex as well, so add that. Also use justify content center. In that case, we don't need margin, this text line as left or center. Save it. We will have this. Also add a padding inside 20px. We will have this. All the links for the videos. It looks a little ugly, but fine. We also need to, like, you can add any extra properties, but I'm not going to add it because it's simple. You can just come to the API endpoint. Okay, let me search or let me open inspect like this. Open console, we have an array. We are having the snippet. We can add any one of them, like description and so. So let me just add the description only. In the, we can say this fetch suggested in the snippet. Save it. The description will be here, but it's like this, you can see. So just make the height of this as auto. Now this will, like, okay, we cannot add description. It will break our page. So if you have to add it, just style them. Now we also need cursor pointer in here. Now we have the cursor of pointer. What should happen is if I click any one of them, you should have the video opened. So we can create a new page for this in the pages. So we can make a page called open video.tsx. Now if I go to slash, first let me make a functional component in here. If I go to slash open video, we will see open video. What should happen now is if I click any one of them, we should be on this page called open video. So come to pages, import router or use router from next router, create one instance of this router. That will be const, we can say router, const router equals to use router. Now we can just say router.push to that link when we click this div. So make a on click event in here and say router.push, add the route which is simply open video. We can also pass query param. So just make this a template literals, add it, then one more slash, not a slash, just as a question mark, then this curly bracket, then add video dot, let me open the inspect. Let me see what to pass in here. This array we are having, we can pass the video title, which is in the ID. So if I just come back, we can pass video dot ID dot video ID. So if I just save it for now, video dot ID dot video ID. Now come to this fit suggested. We're having videos, we have ID, or what was that? Yes, ID inside we have video ID. So ID is an object, video ID is a string. Okay, an empty string like this. Give it a comma here. So fine. This is the structure of the video state. That is why we're adding them in there. Now if I click this, let's say this one, we are having the ID of this open video component or the page. Let me import use router again in here, just destructure it. So just do this, basically save. Now from the router we need to get a few things. So if I use console router, we can open the inspect. This object is here. We can just check the query. So we can say router.query. We will have this. Okay, I think we need to have the ID in here as well, like open video question mark ID equals to this. Now go back, come in here again, and the ID will have this property of ID. So we can say dot ID for the current ID. Let me store this in a variable called video ID. This will be equal to router.query.id. So just save it. Now we need to use React player, so we can import them. Import React player from this route. So what I want to do now is this the ID we are having. It is just the ID of a video from YouTube. So if I just return this video, the link is in here, just need to replace this as the ID. So basically we need to make this as a template literal again, wrap this in curly bracket, save it, copy video ID, and then just replace the entire string in here, which is the ID of the video. Save, open the app, we will see the video in here. We can play this. So in this one, give this a class name first, class name of something, but we have to create the styles for this. So make a file called openvideo.module.css. So import this in here, import styles from @styles/open_module. Then class name will be styles.openVideoMain. We need to make this in the center. So just add the class display of flex, justify content center. Align items, center. Okay, add the height 50 VH, maybe not 50, maybe 100. It is now in the center. So you can manipulate this React player to change its size. So we are having URL, playing loop, and all these things. Controls. So we have no controls over here. So if I just add a control keyword in here and set it true, we can see the controls that we see on YouTube. If I play it, it is playing. So it is true, but we're not showing control. So if I give it a refresh, maybe initially UI is not okay. If I come back, refresh, go to any link. Okay, the video is here. Fine. If I play it, yes, now we have the controls. Perfect. Fine. So we can also have volume, playback rate, width, height. So basically, width, height, you can manipulate. PIP means picture in picture mode, fallback for lazy loading, and so on. But let me keep it minimalistic. Now let's work on the searching a video option. So if I come to this index.tsx, we are having search input. Let me create an API that will be named as search videos.tsx. So just let me copy or make a function in here, a plus function export const video, and this will take a search param. So we can say search param, a string. This will be, now we need to call the fetch API for this one. So okay, I closed React library of videos, so that's fine. Okay, in the search here we have having the response. So we can make a function that just I'd made, copy this URL, add it inside. We don't need options, so just add the options outside. So we are having the URL, and make this as a template literal because much of this is coming from an external file called base URL. So just replace this as base, make this come to suggested or get suggested, import base URL at the top. Now we can use it like this. Search Cybernetico. Okay, this will be the search query. So this should be in here. So just make a dollar and we can leave the rest of the things the way it is. You can change max result as 50, order of date as the date. I mean, this is the type. So yes, simple. Now we need to call the function like try catch. So add a try catch in here. So make the function as async. Yes, this will be await fetch URL and options and this kind of stuff. So you will console the result in the console, but we can just return it later. First, let me call the function in a hook. So make a hook here called fetch search results dot tsx. Make it a functional component. Let me import search videos function in here. Import search videos. Add a use effect hook. Make another function. Add the search in here. The search function. The function should be also async. In here we can just do await search videos while passing the search param. So we can get search param from here, or basically not search param. If I come back to index, this is the search input. So we can just call it. Okay, one thing. Yes, so just add it in here. Come to the interfaces folder. Make an interface here called search here. In this we can add search input. This will be a string. Save, apply it in here, save it, it will work. Now the search input will be passed along the search videos. It will come here and it will fetch the search results to us. We need to run the use effect hook every time search input changes, or we can make a button in here. So if I come to pages, we can make a button. So if I come to tailwind, search for button, copy any buttons, any button if you want. Let's say default button in here, or we can say neutral, or we can say primary as well. Copy, paste, make a function. The thing is, we need to pass this fetch results. What we can do, come to fetch search results, remove the use effect hook. We can just have the search function. We can return this. So return the search function. Now come here. Let me have the hook here. So let search equals to use fetch, not use fetch, just fetch search results. We need to pass search input in here. So search will be on the button. So on click search. If I search or type something, then click search. Let me name the button as search. Make margin bottom 20px. Now it's fine. We have the option of searching now. So if I click something or if I search something, then click search, we will run this function called search videos that will run this function here. Let's try. So if I search something like cybernetico, then click search, we are seeing the data. So we have to change a few things. This will be not JSON, I mean not text. This will be JSON. Now click again. We're now getting JSON data with the item. So okay, key is undefined. Okay, it is not a prop, it is a simple parameter. So we can just make this as a string. Now it will come over here. Now if I search cybernetico, we will get the data of this channel. Now all we have to do, just come to this fetch search result, make a state called videos, set videos equals to use state an array, then set the videos from search, not search input, sorry, fetch search result. Okay, yes, this will return us something. So return, or not return, just let response this. Now set the response in here as response in search videos. So response, we can return this, not console this. That is why it is coming as empty. Return this, return the search and videos. Close fetch suggested, remove react from the top, also the use effect, save our files. Now we have to get the videos in the home page. So if I open index, let me get it in here, search results. So in here, just add if search result is 1, show videos.map, else show search results.map. Just pass the ID, take the ID in here. Let's try, let me search for a video called Google Drive clone. Click search, the videos will be here. Let me try this one, and the video is here. And that is how we can build a simple YouTube clone that plays YouTube videos. You can add a lot of functionalities using this API endpoints like caption list, suggested videos, search that I added, video comments, comment info, and blah blah blah. This stuff.